I'm Donna Blanchard, and this is your ThinkTech news for Wednesday, March 25th, 2015. In Yemen, as Houthi fighters seize Al-Anad air base, formerly used by American counterterrorism forces, and struck targets at President Abu Rabu Mansour Hadi's base in Aden, President Hadi appears to have evacuated. It is rumored that he fled by boat across the Gulf of Aden to the tiny African nation of Djibouti. A Houthi-controlled television network reported that they found the base empty and looted, and then captured 2 senior officials loyal to President Hadi, one of whom is his defense minister. The state television network, also under Houthi control, has announced a $100,000 bounty for President Hadi's arrest. A security official of President Hadi's government confirmed the loss of Al-Anan, the foreign minister, and continued his request for intervention by Saudi Arabia, Egypt, and other Arab states to stop the Houthis. The Houthis are a minority religious group from northern Yemen who are collaborating with Yemeni security officials in an effort to return former President Ali Abdullah Saleh to power. President Saleh was ousted during the Arab Spring uprising, but with support from Iran as well, appears to be preparing for a comeback. These forces in concert have an advantage over President Hadi's forces, but their ability to control what they seize appears doubtful. Ibrahim Sharik, deputy director of the Brookings Doha Center, said, "I would not be surprised if we see Aden falling to the Houthis tomorrow, but that will just set the stage for a prolonged conflict or civil war, because the Houthis have not been able to maintain order even in the areas they've controlled just since last year." A civil war in the region looks imminent, as Al-Qaeda and the Islamic State are poised to exploit the situation when sectarian and regional forces collide. Reasons behind yesterday's crash of the Germanwings jetliner still remain a mystery, but all 150 people on board are assumed dead. The second black box casing was found, but the data that would have been inside that casing was not. That would be data about the actual controls of the plane. What we do know is that for 4 to 8 minutes, the plane descended at what could be described as a controlled rate. There was no communication nor signal of trouble during that time. The plane then crashed into the mountains northeast of Nice with enough speed that survival was not possible. In secret straw polls and meetings held throughout the continental United States, far-right conservatives who are not behind Jeb Bush have been dissecting the appeal of potential candidates: Senator Ted Cruz of Texas, Governor Bobby Jindal of Louisiana, and former governors Rick Perry of Texas and Mike Huckabee of Arkansas. Jeb Bush appeals to the more centrist Republican Party favorite, but leaders of evangelical and other socially conservative groups say they do not believe that Mr. Bush would go to battle on their side of issues such as opposing same-sex marriage, abortion rights, and immigration. In Kailua here on Oahu, a homeowners group on Ka'apuni Drive will be installing a gate that will be closed at night. This will restrict vagrants and criminals, but will also keep people from accessing the beach at the end of the drive. It appears that gating a community is legal, but restricting beach access is not. I'm Donna Blanchard, and this has been your ThinkTech News for Wednesday, March 24th, 2015. Ahui ho.